Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today for our Nexford Virtual Tour. I'm happy to see so many attendees so far. I'd love to learn more about you guys in the webinar chat. If you can jump on the webinar chat and just let me know from where in the world are you joining us from today and which Nexford program you wish to enroll in. Perhaps you've already started your application process or your enrollment process. It would be great to know where you are in your Nexford journey, as well as which Nexford program you are intending to enroll in. All right, I can see some people jumping on the chat already. I am Hinda from Rwanda. I've just been admitted to the MSDT program. Congratulations for that, Hinda. That's great news. Definitely a popular choice. I'm happy to hear that. We've got Faith chatting from Nigeria. Great to have you, Faith. Interested in an MBA in FinTech and blockchain. Fantastic. That's one of our newer specializations in our MBA, which I believe we launched last year. You're most welcome, Hinda. I'd love to hear from the rest as well. All right, who else have we got on the call here? We have Bavneet, we have Alfred, and Jay Diu, I think, and Mohammed Nweze, and we've got Imtiaz Ahmed. I hope I'm saying your names correctly. Thanks, guys, for joining this webinar today. So we have Bavneet. Hi, Bavneet from India, interested in MBA Business Project Management. All right. Just to let you know, Bavneet, we don't currently have a specialization in our MBA for project management. It does include, though, I believe, a project management course and obviously project management related content, but there is no specific specialization in project management. There are currently 6 MBA specializations. But it's great to have you on the call, Bevneet. All right. I think we can get started. So let me just start by introducing myself. My name is Mai, and I'm a senior Nexford application specialist. I have been with Nexford for more than 5 years now, and during that time, I have spoken with many aspiring learners, such as you guys, who want to learn more about the Nexford learning experience and why it's worth it to invest your time and your money for an online program with Nexford University. I know it's a commitment, and most learners, aspiring learners, want to know how it differs from other online experiences, and do they get to engage and interact with other learners from around the world? Does it feel lonely? Does the experience feel lonely? Online learning can be daunting for some people, for sure, and I'm here to let everybody know that the Nexford learning experience is quite a unique one. We're going to cover the reasons why in this Nexford virtual tour today. And since I have spoken with many aspiring learners, such as you guys, over the span of the many last years, I can, proudly say that I'm super happy to be doing these webinars with aspiring learners, but also graduates and learners. I do host these webinars with already like Nexford alumni already, as well as current Nexford learners who boast about their Nexford learning experience. All I hear are great, rave reviews about how it has really changed their life and has allowed them to achieve their study or their career goals in more ways than one. So I hope that you will join our global cohort and our global learner community of more than 110 countries around the world today. I see more comments here from Alfred Akilo. Hi, Alfred. You're from Kenya. Your interest is on business development and management. Fantastic. We definitely have that. We have Imtiaz here from Bangladesh, interested in MBA in business management. So our Master of Business Administration, you can opt for a general one or for any of our six MBA specializations as well. All right, let's move forward since this is a mini virtual tour today. So I know we don't have maybe a lot of time, so I want to be able to go through as much content as I can with everybody. So this is just the agenda for today's Nexford Virtual Tour. We'll start with, more information on Nexford, and our programs, as well as our admissions process at Nexford and our scholarship opportunities. And then we'll be doing a short virtual tour of the online learning platform, and then I'll be taking questions at the end of the webinar. This webinar is being recorded, so if you want a playback, just make sure to reach out to our team after the webinar and request that we send you a link to the recording once the webinar is finalized. So first of all, welcome everybody to Nexford University. I want to say that Nexford is designed for a global audience that is looking to build in-demand skills while earning recognized and accredited credentials. We have reimagined what a modern university experience looks like. We've torn down the walls of the traditional campus, and we've designed a modern learning experience that's 100% online. By leveraging technology, we deliver world-class education at a fraction of the cost of traditional universities. And we'll talk more about our affordable payment options at Nexford. So our programs are future focused, they're skills and competency based, enabling you to build practical skills you will use to get ahead in your career. Now, in the next slide here, I'll be sharing with everybody a welcome video from our founder and our CEO, Fadal Tarzi, where he tells everybody a bit more about Nexford University, Nexford's mission, and how we got started. So this welcome address from our CEO is included in your NXU orientation once you get enrolled at Nexford. You will see this right in module 1, and he welcomes all the new learners to Nexford. So I'd love to play this for everybody just for a few seconds, or for the minute or so that it runs.
It's been said that the future is a convenient place for dreams, so why not dream big? I've always known education changes lives, but I first realized its impact over a decade ago. On my entrepreneurial journey, I saw a gap between the skills of college graduates and the needs of employers. With my own startups, I struggled to find people with the right competencies. For example, I couldn't find a software engineer with effective communication skills. I couldn't find the creative designers who could plan. I thought to myself,
Apologies, guys.
is this why unemployment stats of college graduates grab so many media headlines? And it's not a graduate's fault. Burdened by heavy debt, cohorts of learners walk away from university unprepared for the workplace. That's why I set out to create a university for you, one that I'm convinced has the potential to positively impact lives as well as millions worldwide. I'm Fadel Al-Tarzi, and I can proudly say that I'm the founder and CEO of Nexford University. Expect NXU to meet you where you are and to equip you with the skills you need to succeed in your career. And just because you're learning online doesn't mean you're alone. If you ever feel lonely or frustrated, use our interactive features, share widely on social media, book a chat with your success advisor, speak to a faculty member, connect with your peers, and please, talk to me. I'd like your real-time feedback so that we can continue, with the help of your insight, to improve Nexford experience for future generations. I'm proud of what we've achieved. I hope you share my pride in being part of something bigger than yourself, a next-generation American university that's affordable and accessible to all. As a valued member of our community, I encourage you to follow us on social media, wear our yellow and black university colors with pride, and lastly, do your best. I wish you every success.
Great, I hope everybody enjoyed that video. And if you have questions, just a reminder, guys, there's a Q&A at the end. So I look forward to receiving your questions so we can, go over them at the end of this webinar. So let's move on to the reasons why learners around the world choose Nexford University. Honestly, there are a ton of reasons and a ton of benefits, which we are going to go through in this webinar today. But here are just some of the main reasons. Honestly, Nexford was created as an online university from the very beginning. We didn't start as a traditional university and then move online. We built everything with the global learner in mind, and we designed our program specifically for the online space. Of course, we're licensed and accredited. To confer degrees in the US, a university must first be licensed, and Nexford is licensed in Washington, D.C. by the HELC. which is the Higher Education Licensure Commission. We're also accredited by the DEAC, which is the Distance Education Accrediting Commission, which means we've gone through a rigorous process to meet high standards for quality education. We're also relevant and flexible in that we want the skills learners gain to always stay relevant. So we regularly update and we adjust our courses to meet industry needs. Flexibility is also key. Some learners finish a course in 1 month while others take 2 months. It's really up to you. Of course, there are deadlines to meet for your assignment submissions and your final projects and so on, but we do offer the option for you to complete your program faster. And of course, the faster you finish, the less that you pay for your overall program at Nexford. And then finally, building connections. We believe learning should be a community experience. At Nexford, learners connect with each other and with their faculty members to create a supportive network. So it is about building a global community where everyone can learn and grow together. Now let's talk a little bit more about the accreditation. I mentioned that Nexford is accredited by the Distance Education Accrediting Commission, which is the DAC, and the DEAC is listed by the U.S. Department of Education as a recognized accrediting agency, and it's also recognized by the Council for Higher Education Accreditation, which is CHIA for short. We're licensed by also the Higher Education Licensure Commission, HELC, in Washington, D.C., which is the same organization that licenses all physical universities operating in Washington, D.C. Now, I talked about, the sort of flexible payment options at Nexford earlier. So our tuition fee at Nexford is 87% less than the average online US degree. And you can say goodbye to the burden of large upfront tuition fees. You can pay a fixed monthly tuition fee like you're paying a monthly phone bill. So you can pay a consistent monthly rate for your degree program, regardless of your course load. So our pay-as-you-go model and predictable pricing puts you in the driver's seat. The faster that you finish, the less that you pay overall, and you will never pay beyond 18 months worth of your master's degree tuition in this example. So whatever is the average duration for the degree program that you've chosen or that you've enrolled in, for our master's degree program, such as the MSDT, MSDA, or the MBA, that would be an average of 18 months. If you take more time to complete your degree, you won't have to worry about any penalties or increasing costs. So as you can see here, in this graph, you can see that 18 months is the average duration, right? So you would be paying a monthly fee for those 18 months. If you finish faster, you're only going to pay for those 12 months. If you finish in 12 months, for example, you will not pay more than those 12 months. If you happen to take more than 18 months, you will start paying $0 for months 19 onwards, 19 to 27, which means you're never going to pay more than the average duration. So we call this sort of a max tuition policy. Now, I just want to have an overview of the programs that we currently offer at Nexford and why, and how we created them. So we created our programs using what we call a workforce alignment model. This means that our programs are designed to be forward-looking, ensuring that they include the skills employers are actively seeking. And to do this, we not only conduct in-depth research, but we also work with a global advisory board. Our advisory board, made up of industry experts, help us identify the most important skills for today's workforce. We meet with them several times a year to review new programs and suggest updates to existing ones. For example, when we recently, or rather last year, we revamped our BBA degree program, their insights played a very big part in shaping those changes. So our goal has always been to help learners connect with the careers that they want. And that's why we offer a range of programs to suit different needs. So for our master's degrees, we specialize in business and business technology programs. We have the MBA, but we also have programs, as you know, like the Master of Science in Digital Transformation, Data Analytics, and Entrepreneurship. For our bachelor's degree program, sorry, it's not all listed here, but it does have 6 different specializations you can choose from in areas like AI, business analytics, entrepreneurship, and digital marketing. There's also finance and people operations. So learners can focus on the fields that matter to them the most. And we'll be talking about this later on in the BBA slide, but I do want to say that you can take more than one specialization for our BBA degree program. We also offer short courses or individual courses for those that are not ready to commit to a full program. These can take 1 to 2 months to complete if you want to focus on just one specific topic. And when designing these courses, we've always had a strong foundation in business, but over time you can see that we've integrated technology and we've emphasized the importance of power skills like communication and teamwork, because having the knowledge is important, but knowing how to connect and work with others is just as critical for success. Now let's break down these programs a little bit more, starting with the graduate degree programs. So I know that the MBA is a popular choice, so let's cover that one first. The MBA at Nexford is a flexible and versatile degree with specializations like AI, cybersecurity, fintech and blockchain, and sustainability. And it's designed to build both core knowledge and leadership skills for career advancement. It's highly project-based, so it focuses on real-world applications like creating international market entry strategies that incorporate global, financial, economic, and sustainability factors. So who should take an MBA? People who might want to be an analyst, a VP, a managing director, a chief operations officer, or even a CEO. So it's a very versatile degree. You can also feel free to take a screenshot of this slide right here. It summarizes a lot of the, key information about the program, but I do want to mention that all this information is available on our website anyway. And of course, if you have gotten in touch with a Nexford application specialist, I'm sure they'll be more than happy to answer all of your questions about the specifics of every degree program. Now, moving on to our Master of Science in Digital Transformation at Nexford, it's yet another flexible and hands-on degree that's designed to prepare professionals to lead innovation and drive business value in today's tech-driven world. With a focus in AI, cybersecurity, innovation, and technology management, it equips learners with the skills to solve real-world problems and stay ahead in the rapidly evolving tech landscape. This program is highly project-based as well, focusing on practical applications like developing AI-driven tools to improve healthcare efficiency and operations. It's all about learning by doing and applying technology to create real impact. So who should take the MSDT? It's ideal for aspiring CIOs, innovation managers, technology strategists, or anyone looking to lead technology enablement in their organization. So if you want to drive innovation and transform your organization, then this degree is definitely for you. At the top right here, you'll see these logos for CompTIA. So CompTIA is the world's most trusted certifying body of IT professionals. They are the largest vendor-neutral credentialing program for technology workers. CompTIA has awarded more than 2.5 million certifications in areas such as cybersecurity, networking, cloud computing, and technical support. So the program curriculum for the MSDT has integrated CompTIA certification preparation courses like Network Plus, Security Plus, and Project Plus, which become accessible after reaching the halfway point of your MSDT program without any extra charges. So these courses can already be accessed through our online learning platform. Now, the next program I want to talk about is our Master of Science in Data Analytics. Data is at the core of everything that we do, and this program is designed to equip learners with the essential skills needed to thrive in today's data-driven world. You'll gain expertise in machine learning, data visualization, modeling, and mining, while also covering important topics like law, ethics, and how to communicate effectively. Throughout the program, you'll work on projects like creating data visualization narratives that help guide strategic decision-making and transforming complex data into compelling reports and stories. Plus, you'll have the opportunity to earn also a CompTIA certification, adding even more value to your learning experience, and that would be the Data Plus CompTIA certification. Now, finally, our last Master of Science program we currently have is the MSE, which is the Master of Science in Entrepreneurship. It's a dynamic and forward-thinking program designed for both aspiring entrepreneurs and those looking to lead or scale established businesses. It covers essential skills like product design, marketing strategy, and scaling an organization, along with innovative seminar courses that focus on soft skills such as communication and leadership. Students will work on practical projects, including building a product roadmap that connects business strategy to commercial success. So this program is perfect for anyone looking to enhance their strategic insight and their leadership skills and overall effectiveness as a business leader. So for anybody who's just joined, I welcome you guys, and please make sure to drop your questions in the Q&A so we can get to that at the end of the webinar. Now, moving on to our undergraduate degree, specifically our Bachelor of Business Administration. Our BBA has been redesigned last year to be even more flexible for learners. So one of those changes, and apologies again, it's not listed in this slide right here, but there are 6 specializations you can choose from in our BBA. So what's missing here is our finance specialization as well as our people operations. And we know that many people out there have already taken some courses or gained some skills. So we allow you to transfer up to 50% of your credits into the program. So this way you don't need to retake classes for skills you already have. And while bachelor's degrees typically take 4 years, at Nexford you can often finish in 3. So we're really excited about how these changes make earning a degree more accessible and practical. And I mentioned there are 6 specializations in the BBA. You can graduate with up to 4 specializations because there's a lot of flexibility in the curriculum for the BBA that allows you to combine different courses that will result in more than one specialization upon your graduation. Now let's move on to the admissions process at Nexford, starting with scholarship opportunities. So we do offer partial scholarships for international students. Eligible international applicants can apply for a partial scholarship depending on the program that you're applying for. Of course, learners must still meet admission requirements for your chosen program. These scholarship opportunities are only applicable for our degree programs, such as the MBA and all of our Master of Science degree programs, as well as the BBA degree program. And I'd like to just briefly talk about the admission requirements here. So for our degrees, of course, applicants or applications for enrollment for the degrees will be reviewed by our admissions team. And in most cases, we require the submission of official transcripts that need to be sent to Nexford from your previous institution directly to Nexford. As for the single courses, we've made the Nexford registration process easier for you, which means you can enroll directly and start learning as early as April 1st, or rather, sorry, May 1st, without paying an application fee. This means you only need to enroll and pay the one-time tuition fee for these single courses. And regardless of what you apply for, you'll see here that all applicants must provide the following documents, such as a government issued identification, passport quality photo, and we need your official transcript from your previous school. And some international learners may be asked to submit a proof of English proficiency. Now, for the very specific requirements for the bachelor's degrees, for your previous education for our master's degrees, you'll see that, for example, for the MBA and MSDA, if you have a bachelor's degree from an accredited university in a business or related field, then you can, enroll right away. If you do not, you may have to take some prerequisite courses with Nexford, and these are what we call foundation courses. For the MBA, that would be a business fundamentals course prior to degree enrollment. For the MSDA, that could be a statistics course prior to degree enrollment. So you'll see the same applies for the MSDT. There's a prerequisite course there. As for the BBA, we just need to see that you have what is equivalent to a high school certificate. Now, for the actual application process, once you've reviewed the admission requirements and you're sure you meet the admission requirements for your chosen Nexford program, you can start your application anytime at apply.nxu.nexford.edu. The great thing is that if you start your application, you're not ready to finish it in one go. You can just save your progress and continue later once you're ready. But honestly, the online application is quite straightforward. We have application guides and so much more that can help you with this process. And then you pay the one-time $25 application fee for the submission and review of your application. It can take 1 to 2 business days to receive hopefully a positive application decision from our admissions team, and then you move on to complete your enrollment. This is where you sign your enrollment agreement and you select your start date and pay at least the first month of your chosen program tuition. And that is it. You start your program. So you need to confirm your enrollment on or before the 28th of April if you wish to join our next intake. Our programs at Nexford start on the 1st of every month. So our next program is on May 1. So just make sure to start your application as early as possible so that you make sure to meet that deadline if you want to join as soon as possible. Now, last but not least, I want to just talk about the positive learner outcomes as to why we do what we do at Nexford University. So we ran a survey in 2024 for our Nexford graduates, and looking at our alumni outcomes, it's clear that Nexford graduates are making real career moves. So 96% are employed full-time at global companies, showing that the skills they've gained are highly valued in the job market. 80% have been promoted within just 18 months, demonstrating career growth. And when it comes to financial impact, you'll find that 54% reported a salary increase within a year, some by as much as 75%. But it's not just about getting a job or earning more. 77% of our alumni say that their degree skills actually align with their career goals, which means they're not just working, they're in roles that truly fit their ambitions. Now let's take it a step further. Beyond employment and promotions, many Nexford graduates are also stepping into leadership roles or leadership positions. While we can't say every learner will become a leader, we do know that 84% of our alumni are already in leadership roles today, and it doesn't stop there. Nexford alumni are thriving in innovative industries. 74% are employed in ICT, finance, and operation sectors, proving that our graduates have the skills to succeed in fast-evolving fields. Finally, the best proof of impact comes from those who have experienced it firsthand. 98% of our alumni would recommend Nexford, and that is a testament to the value that they've gained. All right, I will be sharing my screen right now so you can see the Nexford learning platform online. You can see we're getting some questions. We have our first question here from Goretti. I'm happy to see that. Okay, we will get to them at the end of the webinar. But guys, please keep them coming. I welcome your questions, and I'll do my best to answer them at the end of the webinar. All right, let me share my screen again here. Okay, so what you're currently looking at is the main dashboard of our online learning platform at Nexford. You get access to this once you complete your application and your enrollment. You get your login credentials through which you're going to be able to log in to our online platform here. These boxes represent courses that you're enrolled in or a resource you always have access to, such as the writing lab. I want to mention that there's also a mobile application called Canvas Student. This mobile app, you can download it on your iPhone or your Android, so it's not limited to the Google Play Store here. You'll see that it's fully functional and that you can access your courses. You can even do some assignments. You can get connected with faculty members and fellow learners, check your calendar, synchronize it, of course, with your phone, and so on. So it's great to use when you want to study on the go, maybe you're commuting or you want to check your grades before you head to bed and so on. So it's really handy to have the student application as well. Now, once you get enrolled at Nexford, you'll need to complete this NXU Orientation, which tells you everything you need to know about the online platform. It guides you through Canvas. It shows you how to navigate, and use the Nexford learning platform. You get access to the university policies as well as access to the academic resources and the services. And you get strategies for succeeding in online learning. And this is where I mentioned that right from the beginning, you get that welcome video from Fuddle, our CEO, which I showed everybody earlier. But you also get encouraged to join these learner WhatsApp groups. It's great to have a study buddy from the beginning of your program. And since we have learners from more than 110 countries around the world right now, you can join, WhatsApp groups that are country specific, program specific, or intake specific. And if you do not find a WhatsApp group to your liking, you can just start your own and share it with our success advisors, and they'll be happy to share it with fellow learners. So I'll tell you in a little bit who our success advisors are. Now moving on, you'll see in the left side navigation pane here, which follows you no matter where you go in the online platform, quick buttons for an overview of the courses that you're enrolled in, your calendar, where there are items automatically added depending on what you're enrolled in. You can play around with the filter or the view here. You can add your own events, your own to-do items, and of course, synchronize it with your PC or your laptop or your mobile phone. The inbox is one of the easiest ways you can compose a new message and just send it to a fellow learner that is enrolled in the same course with you or a faculty member. And then moving on to the learner benefits here. So you've got the NXU library. So the NXU library is a robust library of over 60 million resources that covers so many different topics. As you can see here, they have encyclopedias, they have ebooks, they have research papers, and so much more. So it's a great tool for you to utilize while you're studying at Nexford. So that is the NXU library. And like I said, it's an extensive one with more than 60 million resources, with a lot of publications, and it's already included in your Nexford tuition. This is just one of the many learner benefits. Another one is the writing lab, which I mentioned is something you always have access to. So what is the writing lab? We know that not everybody's a natural born writer, and for the types of assignments you may be required to do at Nexford, there may be different kinds of formatting you're not used to, you haven't used before. This is where you get, tips and tricks on style guide, for example. You also, get to access this expert guidance on how to master the latest techniques for ethical AI use and research and content creation, ensuring that your assignments really shine. Some of these are paper, some of them are videos. They cover, for example, English grammar and mechanics or paragraph structure and so much more. I mentioned earlier our success advisors. So our success advisors comprise of, what we consider mentors or, sort of like your support system while you're studying at Nexford. They are the learner support. They're there to assist you throughout the learning experience, answer any questions you have about the learning experience or about Canvas. Perhaps you want to reach out to your professor or you're struggling with a course or so on. They're often the first people you need to reach out to. You can reach out to them on WhatsApp. There's nearly 24/7 support because we have success advisors posted all around the world. And often they'll reach out to you before you even think of reaching out to them. And that is because they track your progress. They can tell if it looks like you're falling behind in your studies. Sometimes they'll just do regular check-ins to make sure everything is on track. They can give you very specific advice on how to succeed with your program or how, or goal setting or how to manage your schedule. So if you are balancing, work with family responsibilities and you're not too sure when to do your studying and you want to know how many hours you can put in during your day or during your week to make sure you meet those assignment deadlines and project deadlines, then please don't hesitate to reach out to a success advisor. That is their role. They can help you with that and so much more. Now, more about the different Nexford learner benefits. Let us move on to LinkedIn Learning. So if you haven't heard of LinkedIn Learning, it is of course connected to LinkedIn, and normally you need a paid subscription to be able to access LinkedIn Learning courses, but also included in your Nexford tuition is access to more than 16,000 LinkedIn Learning courses and videos that cover so many different topics. They don't have to be related to the Nexford program that you're currently studying. So if you're studying data analytics with Nexford, for example, and you have an additional interest in marketing, that's a great thing that you can do. You can take additional courses on LinkedIn Learning and gain certificates. Our learners really love this benefit. As you can see here, they share it in your profile. It's a great thing to add to your CV or your resume and just level up your skills. And like I said, it's included in your tuition. This way you can, with these thousands of expert-led content, you can sharpen your skills, you can boost your resume, and ultimately accelerate your career growth. These are just examples of different learners posting it on LinkedIn. And this is just one of the many career services that we offer at Nexford. You can learn more on our website at nexford.edu/career. So there's LinkedIn Learning, which I've covered. We also have IBM Digital Nation Africa, or IBM DNA for short. It's for those that are based in Africa. And if you're interested in cybersecurity or AI or programming, then this is definitely the place for you. And we also have Forage. So Forage is already a free resource where you can get a head start on your career with these Forage job simulations. But at real companies like JP Morgan and Accenture, they're already included in your Nexford program. And these immersive experiences let you practice real world skills and build your confidence that give you a competitive edge in the job market. And this way you'll be ready to unlock your potential and achieve your goals. So you can see here one of our learners as well posting it on LinkedIn. You do receive a certificate of completion, of course, that you can also add to your CV or your resume. All right. So honestly, there's so much to unpack about the Nexford learning experience, but I can see that we've passed the 30 minutes here for our webinar. So I'm happy to take some questions from everybody. All right. See a question here. See a question from Goretti. What challenges should one expect if they want to pursue a job using the Nexford MBA in a state that hasn't licensed it? What about globally seeing that it is a new university without a rating or recognition? Are there specific universities where one would have to progress for a doctorate? I would love, Grady, if we, had a conversation about this, perhaps after the webinar. We can reach out to a registrar team as well for additional information. As you said, yes, we're a fairly new university. We were founded in 2018. Having said that, we are accredited, we are licensed, as shared previously in the webinar. And there, in terms of global recognition, I can provide you some information here. And I'll share it with everybody on chat as well. Okay. Everybody can follow that link for accreditation for more information. What other questions do we have? Hinda says, is there room to complete a program in less than 12 months? Definitely. That's not for our BBA degree program, but that is definitely applicable for our master degree programs at Nexford. So for example, for the MBA, there are 12 courses you need to complete with an average completion time of 18 months. But with extra study time and effort, you can finish in as little as 10 months. So let me double check which program you were inquiring about here. Also, Hinda, you said you were interested in MSDT. Okay, perfect. So that applies for the MSDT program as well. So you can finish in as little as 10 months. And I'll share with you information about how to do that. Yeah. Is that the minimum possible? I believe so, Hinda, yes. Because of the number of courses in the MSDT, the 12 courses. And to get started, you'll see the information I'll share with you here. And I'll share this with everybody too also, so everybody has an idea. Again, this applies specifically for the MSDT degree program. And these specifications vary depending on the degree program that you're inquiring about. Set that. We have this information as well. So there's a very specific policy on course load and how you can increase that course load. There is a GPA requirement, so we need to see that you also meet a certain grade requirement and have no outstanding invoices, for example. There is a requirement for most of our programs to complete a certain number of courses before you can start taking more than one course in a term. A term is what we consider 2 months at Nexford. So these are the specific details, but for our MSDT program, they vary slightly for the different master's degree programs. All right. Okay. Let's see. We have a question here from Faith. Does hedging apply to the payments? Okay, so let me provide you with the information for our payment options. So you do need to pay, the minimum you can pay is a fixed monthly tuition fee. You can pay 2 or 6 months in advance, and that way you never have to worry about falling behind with your studies, with your payments. If at any point you feel like you may be unable to meet your next tuition payment, just let our team know as soon as possible. They will work with you to find different payment plans and so on. And then, yeah, if you can always pause your program. So we have a leave of absence, which applies for our master's degree programs as well as our bachelor's degree program. For our BBA, that's up to 8 months, and they're taken 1 month at a time. For our MBA or our master's degree programs, those would be 4 months, also taken 1 month at a time. All right. Goretti says, can I start by taking the independent courses? and then get onto the master's if I feel like it? That is a great question. So that is actually true. So if you take single courses at Nexford, as long as those courses are included in the curriculum of the degree program that you choose to enroll in the future, you're not going to be required to take those single courses again. They can be waived from your program, which means you can graduate faster because you've already taken those credit hours. All right. It has a nice question. I've never seen anybody ask this. Why yellow and black? I think that would be a question for our marketing team and our brand team. But I don't know. We're proud of our yellow and black colors at Nexford, honestly. Um, right. Does anybody have any other questions before we wrap up the call today? All right. Going once, going twice, guys. All right, I think that might be everything. If any questions come to mind, you can always reach out to our team at any time. You can book a consultation call at nexforduniversity.com/NXU consult. You can also email us at help@nexford.edu or chat with us on WhatsApp anytime in the number listed right there. Right. Hinda has another question. My last one, there's room for an even more accelerated pace, right? So the minimum pace is the one that I've mentioned, for example, for our MBA. So which program you're asking about the MSDT, that would be the minimum pace you can go as fast as you can for the MSDT program. All right. Grady says, do the independent courses also start on the given schedule? Yes, correct. All of our programs at Nexford start on the 1st of every month. So the deadline often is the 28th of every month that you need to make sure to meet. You're most welcome, Hinda. All right, Ola Dimeji, is it easy to proceed for a PhD with master's obtained at Nexford? That is a great question. Yes, definitely. I would say, of course, I would always recommend that everybody check the admission requirements or any requirements for the next institution you plan to enroll in before moving forward, because everybody has different policies as to what they accept. Having said that, we have heard from alumni and such that they were able to get PhDs or postgraduate programs with their Nexford master degree program. So it's definitely possible. But again, I think always do the due diligence and do your research. And since Nexford is US accredited, it will be easier for you to use your Nexford credentials to enroll in programs at other institutions or to even transfer your credits to another university. All right, guys, I think we can wrap up here. I thank everybody for taking the time out of their day or their evening to join this Nexford virtual tour. I know it was a short one, but I tried to pack it as much as I can with all the information you might need to know about the Nexford learning experience and our programs. I hope it was insightful and beneficial. I hope you learned a lot. And I hope everybody joins us in our next intake or the following intakes. Like I said, it starts on the 1st of every month. If you wish to benefit, with any of our our limited time offer scholarships running this month, if you haven't heard about them, then I recommend you get in touch with the Nexford application specialist through the different contact information that I shared with you to learn more about those. And you can secure those scholarship offers before the end of the month, and you can still choose a future start date up to 3 months ahead. So that's something to keep in mind. Thank you so much, everybody. Goretti, Hinda, Alfred, Imtiaz, thank you so much. Everybody have a great day and a great evening. Bye, everyone.